And then when you combine that with the mindset that he had to attack and attack relentlessly.
He was an evasive, creative scorer.
Pound for pound, inch for inch, Allen Iverson was the greatest scorer in NBA history.
He's letting you in. Okay. Challenge. Let's go.
A unique, explosive talent.
And he got it.
Single-handedly, you guys. The build-up. How? And the work. See?
He got a piece of it. Vaughn is glued to him. I mean, he is in his shirt. And Allen's
work ethic crazy.
Wow, he breaks his ankles and trails it. Iverson behind his back.
Undersized, underdog.
Yes!
In a land of giants, but still conquering.
The 6-foot-tall warrior burned his name into the hearts of fans everywhere.
Allen Iverson represented Philadelphia.
Trying to bust up Armstrong, runs it up and in.
Personified everything that Philadelphia saw itself as.
No Armstrong, he's fouled out, so Corey Alexander on Iverson. Here's Allen for the tie. Yes!
For the tie. Last millisecond, 0.7.
The remarkable year concluded with Iverson being named the NBA MVP.
2001 NBA MVP, Allen Iverson.
There's a lot going through my head. Like, I have questions.
In the playoffs, Iverson played like an MVP.
He was!
Danny Crawford, one of the premier officials in the game, throws it up. Crawford gets the battle. And then he has rush.
Iverson with the steal.
Carrying the 76ers
Man, down over there, too.
beyond what anyone thought the roster was capable of.
Holds about 4 inches on him and tracks the double from Carter.
Iverson is 52 in Game 5.
For Iverson, yes! That was for 3, his 6th of the game.
This was like, they weren't scoring in the 130s like they do now. This is the equivalent of like if there were 3 60-point games.
This guy gave up. He didn't even guard him. He's like, there's no point. Can't keep up.
Iverson again. Allen for the record. Yeah! 52 points for Iverson. A record for a 76er in a playoff game. He is the man.
The buzzer. No good. And the Sixers hold on. And advance to the conference finals.
The Monster Series catapulted the 76ers into the conference finals.
Trophies, counting this and that. That's why I don't really go fully on that. Individually, because you're gonna miss breaks like this.
The 76ers faced another Game 7.
We're not doing that.
Another 3 for Iverson. Oh, terrific ball.
It's so debatable.
From Allen Iverson.
Thinking about it.
Iverson puts it in. 31 for Iverson. Shot clock turned off. Final seconds, third quarter. Iverson double team.
Iverson dropped 42 points.
Seconds at the First Union Center. And for the first time in 18 years, the Sixers are going back to the NBA Finals.
The dynamic play of AI had somehow dragged a subpar roster into the finals.
That shows you how hard this man played. You got to remember, if you want to know how good Allen Iverson is, look at the team he took to the championships. That says it all. That says it all.
Like,
yeah. If you want to know how great he is.
Familiar, no disrespect. The ones who played against, I knew. Everyone against, I know these people. And then Iverson is.
He not only took a team to the finals, it was maybe the worst team ever to go to the finals.
He drives it
No
and gets
disrespect,
Kobe
I
back
said.
on his heel.
Not only that, but with the worst teammates that one superstar ever took to the finals,
No
he beat
disrespect.
one of the greatest postseason teams of all time, the Shaq-Kobe Lakers, who suffered their only postseason loss to Iverson.
Robert Horry backs to three-point territory.
But in the finals, Iverson ran into a dominant Lakers team.
I got so much chills, you guys. I got goosebumps all over my body.
A Lakers team that hadn't lost a single game in the playoffs.
Allen Iverson, 38 points, and the Sixers
Playing against and how he
It was a
does it.
foregone conclusion that the scrappy 76ers were about to get cheek-clapped.
Iverson.
But Iverson had other ideas.
The 76ers with the ball down by one. Yes!
And then another moment that would have been, it still is infamous, but if social media was back then, when you hit the jumper on T. Lue and stepped over him.
Iverson, bothered by Lue.
It was one of the most disrespectful but legal things any of us had ever seen on a basketball court.
Steps over to Rob Lue.
We see that! Excuse you!
It looked like he was
Excuse you!
76ers have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers.
Iverson scored 48 points. It was the Lakers' lone defeat of the entire playoffs. Ultimately, the Lakers would win the series.
That's the way it's gone for the Lakers, who finish with a 15-1 run. The best all-time playoff winning percentage in the history of the league.
He's gotten people to look beyond his tattoos, hairstyles, and clothing styles. And he's shown how a little man can be...
Look beyond. Like, they talking like it's a distraction from his game. Like, no, that's his private. Like then he brought it in because he was himself. But like, is that a distraction? I just cannot believe.
Become one of the game's biggest stars.
Iverson, who averages
crazy.
3 steals
That's
a
how he
game,
look
getting
at
his
this?
first right there.
Iverson
Like-
continued to dominate.
His game speaks for itself. You can try to distract with whatever you want.
He plays the passing lanes better than anybody almost in the league.
He's the loudest out there.
Score, but they're down. They're not
You
up.
need to show or say anything. Just look at what he does.
No one was able to keep him from scoring.
Flawless. Single-handedly all the way.
Contact, no call. He makes the bench.
Single-handedly.
If I missed it, I missed it. You were burned for life, you know? That's what I get all game. If I missed it, I missed it.
But with little help,
The ref said
Iverson
that?
was seen as a one-man show.
Iverson starts to make his move with 6 on the clock.
But with 1.6 seconds remaining, Allen Iverson has given the Sixers a 4-point lead.
So the season ends, and Brown criticized Iverson after for missing team practices, and Iverson responded,
We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
Tell him.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. I lost. I lost my best friend. I lost him, and I lost this year. Everything's going downhill for me as far as just that, you know, as far as my life. And then I'm dealing with this right here. I don't want to deal with this, man.
When you're becoming a cultural icon, you're making a lot of people upset. And a lot of people can't wait for you to fall down, so now they can step over you.
And now they're here.
I want to step over AI.
Iverson the steal. Here come the Sixers. Dancing in.
Despite the off-the-court drama, Iverson continued to
On
thrive.
the seesaw again, the Sixers
Haters like
down
his team,
one.
you gotta respect
Iverson.
the videos. Like, he putting on a show. You gotta give credit where it's due.
Oh, yes!
But injuries continued to mount.
And Allen Iverson appeared to have suffered a pull.
People don't understand, first of all, how small you are. And then to see the burst of sacks on your elbows or how beat up your hips are, like this
He's not small, you're big.
couldn't move.
Allen Iverson made his return last night after missing 4 games with a bruised right shoulder.
You name me another guy with the heart he had every night. He used to wear hockey pads. You know the pads that go, you guys probably want them too, the pads that go all the way around you. I used to see him after games, bruised, banged up, and his only thing was, yo, Wab, I gotta go hard. You know, if they watch me, this is the first night, this might be the first time anybody's ever come see me play.
He does tend to take a beating.
I've heard this.
He hangs in there, and he plays just about every minute of every game, and among the NBA scoring leaders. And Iverson's scoring average as far as career is way up there. And I said to him before the game, what doesn't hurt? He says, hey, man, it's just that time of year.
Game 1 of the first round, the only game in town tonight, and you're going to see it on TNT.
Iverson with the steal. Iverson slowed it down, trying to draw the foul. And Allen Iverson with all 6. Philadelphia Cavs, 76ers, 86. The Hornets. Iverson
In the playoffs, he came up in the clutch time and again. He set a franchise record with 55 points in a playoff game.
Allen Iverson has a game that defines itself in a very unique way. He has playground moves and he has quickness. He can go from end to end as fast as anybody in the NBA.
Players to come in, one by the name of Allen Iverson, the leading scorer in the league.
He led the league again in scoring.
4 scoring titles.
Boom, perfect time. Man, no. Nah.
with 37 points.
I can live on those moments.
But Allen Iverson is on top of things as always, leads the league in scoring, leads the league in steals. And the question, I guess, for the Hawks is how do you defend the indefensible?
My Hawks, yes, Hawks is my team.
They've not found a solution to that.
Oh, my God.
But Bob, as I mentioned,
steal by Iverson. He's led the league 3 straight years, going on 4.
Gotta request first, dude. That's what I said, right?
Iverson.
Don't let him change.
The rhythm on his shot. 4 threes, 6 assists, 2 steals, 39 points. Making 41. January the 15th. Last season when he put 58 on the board against Houston, his career high. Comes off to a standing ovation.
Shot clock unplugged. 104, 7 seconds.
Do or die moments. That's when you see it.
Against Gill,
he's really, he's really.
Allen for the win! Yes! Welcome back to Philadelphia. The Magic and the Philadelphia 76ers getting together for the 4th and final time this year. The Magic have won the 2 of the previous 3 meetings.
Against the Magic, Iverson put on an all-time performance.
David, you get the feeling he's going at a different speed than everybody else? Always. Iverson pushing the action once again and scores.
Set him up. He gotta set himself up.
Shot the
He's making his own
out.
Space. Creating his own.
Iverson with the jumper. We are seeing something special tonight. Allen Iverson, 54 points in the game. 3rd time this year. 9th time in his career in regular season play. He also did it 3 times in postseason play. That makes 59 for Iverson. Now he'll go for 60. Career high 60 points for the 6-time NBA All-Star.
He's going to run through a wall. He's going to sweat on you. There's no foul. Like you can't bully him.
His all-go, no-quit style exposed him to additional wear and tear.
Oh, and Iverson is up. And off
the floor, but hobbling.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Oh,
That's a tough
Didn't look at the coach, didn't look at the staff.
Giving every single game.
Warriors here, Warrior. Some of my greatest
Having the
arguments
mentality
with
that might be
him
someone's
is
first
he
game,
got in.
like watching.
He wanted to get back in the game. He didn't care how bad he was hurt.
So you're talking about a guy who's gonna come at you 1,000% all the time.
Rebound, Jamison, and he calls time. With 3 and 9/10 seconds to play. 3 and 9/10 seconds.
Again,
tied
do or
up.
die.
One of his most iconic moments came against the Wizards.
The steal by Iverson, posting it.
I didn't see that one coming.
He won the game. He won the game.
OT.
The following season, the league instituted a dress code, which seemed directly targeted at Allen Iverson.
Players must dress in business casual attire during any team or league business, so expect to see sport jackets and slacks rather than
Like him, basically. Like him, that's doing the news.
throwback jerseys and T-shirts.
The players take their end of it, get out of the prison garb, and the the thuggery aspect of basketball that has come along with hip-hop music.
4 times he had led the league in scoring.
I probably heard that wrong.
Iverson
No way.
going one-on-one.
However, his incredible individual
was a
accolades
coach
hadn't
target.
equaled
Whoa.
team success.
In a loss to Chicago on December 6th, Allen Iverson left the game in the fourth quarter with back spasms. It would be his last appearance as the Philadelphia 76ers.
Whether a player asks for a trade or I decide to make a trade, those things are private matters. I'm trying to do what I think is best for this organization.
But after 10 years without a title, he was no longer wanted.
Traded Allen Iverson and Ivan McFarland to Denver for Andre Miller, Joe Smith, and 2 first-round picks.
It didn't feel good at all.
I never thought the day would come where I'm pretty much saying goodbye to you as a Philadelphia 76er. You are now a member of the Denver Nuggets.
Iverson now with it for Denver.
No, look!
And one. Wow.
Allen's saga has been one of the season's most talked about stories.
He'd now be paired with fellow star Carmelo Anthony.
For Allen Iverson, this is the 8th consecutive year he's been an All-Star. And as he closed one chapter of his career, he opened a new one in Denver where he would try to blend his talents with Carmelo Anthony and the Nuggets.
So he's on fire here at the start. He's at 3 of 4. Iverson, yes.
Having 2 ball-dominant scorers is tricky to make work. Iverson's time with the Nuggets was short-lived.
Denver had decided that they would not offer Allen an extension. Does that make the team bad? No, that's business.
First, we're going to get to the big trade that transpired this afternoon. Just huge going on, folks, between the Denver Nuggets and the Detroit Pistons. Allen Iverson's one of the game's best scorers in history is headed to Detroit.
You're sitting here today as a member of the Detroit Pistons. Your thoughts?
I have that shot now. You know, I feel like the sky's the limit.
Enter Allen Iverson, one of the game's most brilliant offensive talents.
So Allen Iverson, have to get used to that look. Wearing the Piston jersey, wins the league's MVP award, all NBA first team on 3 occasions. His career scoring average of 27.7, number 1 among active players.
They cleared some space.
Do or die.
And let
Do or die moments.
Provide the answer.
With the Pistons, Iverson provided some fantastic moments.
Fantastic. He said it like that on purpose. Fantastic. It's class. It's high class.
He brings everybody to their feet at the Palace.
It's a well-rounded maniac.
However, injuries plagued him, and he lasted just a single season with Detroit.
Allen Iverson not playing for the 3rd straight game because of a back issue. In fact,
He had a cup of coffee in Memphis, then returned to the 76ers.
Once upon a time, this was his town. He owned it, held it in the palm of his hand.
A packed house here at the Wachovia Center to greet Allen Iverson.
After 25 games, he retired.
6-foot guard from Georgetown, number 3,
Allen Iverson, the answer, is finally going to officially retire.
The answer is an icon of the sport.
The man called the answer was a Rookie of the Year and made 11 All-Star teams. 11. Iverson was MVP
11 is my lucky number.
And finished with more than 24,000 points.
He far surpasses the numbers.
Yes, and there it is!
Easiest thing in the world is to be yourself. Everybody else taking up. Why not be you?
The cornrows, the do-rag, the tattoos.
Iverson. This speaks for itself, I
guess. A culture was not just changed, but defined by him.
I think he is one of the most beloved ex-players, and it's so funny because it was so not the case in the late 90s.
Taking the Philadelphia 76ers with that Rat Pack bunch to the NBA Finals against the Lakers.
Allen Iverson. The answer.
No, I don't want it to end.
Nope.
Oh, what a good documentary. These 45 minutes just flew by. Literally flew by. Like, it was so many things. I might sound like not knowledgeable, but like I wasn't not in that era, that culture in America. So I don't know how the climate was, but I see a glimpse of how the climate was with airbrushing tattoos away and speaking on his hairstyle, his jewelry, his clothes and stuff like that. That you see everyone wear it today. I mean, back then they did too, but people looked down upon it. It was not like it was from where he was from, and people. It's amazing when you have people where you're from that can relate to you and see that you're making it. Like it's a beautiful thing, and they were trying to. I don't know. To me, they were really like trying to look down upon it in a mockery way. Like, oh look, he's wearing this and that, and like, yeah, it's just crazy. He still always remained himself though. It's like typical. People just want to squeeze all your talent and money out of you, and just I don't like when people they just want to the things that they were trying to change them to was like themselves. Like it was only acceptable to be a certain way, that was like the well put together or something. Like it was just weird with the dress code and stuff. Like to me, it's not how it looks like specifically, it's like the reason behind them, the meanings that they trying to stand out without even saying it directly. Like it's weird. I mean, the coach even said it directly. It was very strange how just the climate was back then. Definitely a lot have changed. But yeah, always when you first with something, you're gonna have to take the hits. And I can feel like, imagine he taking all the heat and everything just for being himself. And then eventually it's going to be acceptable. So then you see like on the cover, people that they just think are more marketable. They just wearing the same things as you. Like, I don't know. I feel like, oh, they should not, they don't deserve to enjoy that. Or maybe like he was revolutionary. So he paved the way so other people could just be themselves too. And that is more acceptable. But Iverson still didn't like compromise. That's amazing. I feel like very few would be able to just keep being themselves. I feel like that's why he's special too. Like, I mean, he shows out on the court, but also he revolutionized, maybe that's the word. English is not my first language. Like the whole game, on and off, like literally. It's crazy. But yeah. I will stop rambling. Hopefully I made any kind of sense. It's actually very hot in my room right now. I need to open the window. But I appreciate you guys watching. I really enjoyed this documentary. I hope you did too. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you in another video. Appreciate you watching. Bye.